be with you.
And also with you.
Let us give thanks to the Lord our God.
It's right to give the thanks and praise.
We thank you, Almighty God, for the gift of water. Over it, the Holy Spirit moved in the beginning of creation. Through it, you led the children of Israel out of their bondage in Egypt into the land of promise. In it, your Son Jesus received the baptism of John and was anointed by the Holy Spirit as the Messiah, the Christ, to lead us through his death and resurrection from the bondage of sin into everlasting life. We thank you, Father, for the water of baptism. In it we are buried with Christ in his death. By it we share in his resurrection. Through it we are reborn by the Holy Spirit. Therefore, in joyful obedience to your Son, we bring into his fellowship those who come to him in faith, baptizing them in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Now sanctify this water, we pray you, by the power of your Holy Spirit, that those who are here cleansed from sin and born again may continue forever in the risen life of Jesus Christ our Savior. To him, to you, and to the Holy Spirit be all honor and glory, now and forever. Amen. Oops. Blessed be God, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Almighty God, to you all hearts are open, all desires known, and from you no secrets are hid. Cleanse the thoughts of our hearts by the inspiration of your Holy Spirit, that we may perfectly love you and worthily magnify your holy name through Christ our Lord. Amen. Wait. Let the testimonials of election be read.
Certificate of election. This is to certify that at a convention of the Church in the Diocese of Chicago, duly called in accordance with the constitutions and canons of the said diocese, and assembled online via Zoom on December 12th, 2020, the Reverend Paula Clark, being at least 30 years of age, was duly elected by a constitutional majority consistent with the Constitution and canons of the Diocese of Chicago, and that all requirements of the Constitution of the Episcopal Church have been complied with. In witness whereof, we, the Right Reverend Jeffrey Lee, President of the said convention, and Elsie Saldana, Secretary thereof, have hereunto set our hands and caused the seal of the diocese to be affixed this 12th of December, 2020.
Testimonial of election of a bishop. We whose names are here underwritten, fully sensible of how important it is that the sacred order and office of a bishop should not be unworthily conferred, and firmly persuaded that it is our duty to bear testimony to this solemn occasion without partiality, do, in the presence of the Almighty God, testify that we know of no impediment on account of which the Reverend Paula Clark ought not to be ordained to that holy office. We do, moreover, jointly and severally, declare that we sufficiently believe that the Reverend Paula Clark to have been duly and lawfully elected, and to be of such sufficiently in learning, of such soundness in the faith, and of such godly character as to exercise the office of the bishop to the honor of God and the edifying of the church, and to be a wholesome example to the flock of Christ. The Reverend Ann Jolly, President of the Standing Committee. I thereby certify that the above canonical testimonial was signed by the constitutional majority of the Convention of the Diocese of Chicago, meeting in session online via Zoom on the 12th day of December, 2020. Signed by Elsie Saldana, Secretary of Convention.
Certificate of Ordination. This is to certify that according to the Recorder of Ordinations, Paula E. Clark was ordained to the diaconate on June 12, 2004, by Bishop John Chain at Washington National Cathedral in Washington, D.C., and to the priesthood on January 22, 2005, by Bishop John Chain at Washington National Cathedral in Washington, D.C. the Church Pension Fund, in its capacity as Recorder of Ordinations, Felicia Diaz. Certificate of Consents of Standing Committees. I hereby certify that consents have been received from the standing committees of 69 dioceses to the ordination and consecration of the Reverend Paula Clark to be Bishop Diocesan of the Diocese of Chicago. Signed by the Reverend Ann Jolly, President of the Standing Committee, Diocese of Chicago, 21st day of April, 2021.
Testimonial from the bishops pertaining to the ordination and consecration of the Bishop Diocesan of Chicago. Be it known by all the people of God that 72 bishops, being a majority of the bishops having jurisdiction in this church, have consented to the ordination and consecration of Paula Clark as a bishop in the Church of God, and to her status in the House of Bishops as Bishop Diocesan of Chicago, being the 1,147th bishop in the American succession. Signed, Diane M. Jardine Bruce, Secretary, House of Bishops.
My sister, please make your declaration.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, I, Paula Eldrida Clark, chosen Bishop of the Church in the Diocese of Chicago, solemnly declare that I do believe the Holy Scriptures of the Old and New Testaments to be the Word of God, and to contain all things necessary to salvation. And I do solemnly engage to conform to the doctrine, discipline, and worship of the Episcopal Church.
Brothers and sisters in Christ Jesus, you have heard testimony given that Paula Eldrida Clark has been duly and lawfully elected to be a bishop of the Church of God to serve in the Episcopal Diocese of Chicago. You have been assured of her suitability and that the Church has approved her for this sacred responsibility. Nevertheless, if any of you know any reason why we should not proceed, let it now be made known. Is it your will that we ordain Paula a bishop?
Yes, our will.
Will you uphold Paula as bishop?
We will.
The scriptures tell us that our Savior Christ spent the whole night in prayer before he chose and sent forth his 12 apostles. Likewise, the apostles prayed before they appointed Matthias to be one of their number. Let us therefore follow their examples and offer our prayers to Almighty God before we ordain Paula for the work to which we trust the Holy Spirit has called her.
God the Father, have mercy on us. God the Son, have mercy on us. God the Holy Spirit, have mercy on us. Holy Trinity, one God, have mercy on us. We pray to you, Lord Christ. Lord, hear our prayer. For the holy church of God, that it may be filled with truth and love and be found without fault at the day of your coming, we pray to you, O Lord. Lord, hear our prayer. For all members of your church in their vocation and ministry, that they may serve you in a true and godly life, we pray to you, O Lord. Lord, hear our prayer. For Michael, our presiding bishop, and for all bishops, priests, and deacons, that they may be filled with your love, may hunger for truth, and may thirst after righteousness, we pray to you, Lord God. Lord, hear our prayer. For Paula, chosen bishop in your church, we pray to you, O Lord. Lord, hear our prayer. Que cumpla él con fidelidad los deberes de este ministerio, edifique tu iglesia y glorifique tu nombre. Te suplicamos, oh Señor. That by the indwelling of the Holy Spirit, she may be sustained and encouraged to persevere to the end, we pray to you, O Lord. Lord, hear our prayer. Por su familia, para que sea adornada de todas las virtudes cristianas, te suplicamos, oh Señor.
Atiende nuestra súplica.
For all who fear God and believe in you, Lord Christ, that our divisions may cease, and that all may be one as you and the Father are one, we pray to you, O Lord. Lord, hear our prayer. Por la misión de la Iglesia, para que en testimonio fiel proclame el Evangelio hasta los confines de la tierra, te suplicamos, oh Señor.
Señor, atiende nuestra súplica.
For those who do not yet believe, and for those who have lost their faith, that they may receive the light of the gospel, we pray to you, O Lord. Lord, hear our prayer. Por la paz del mundo, para que entre las naciones y los pueblos crezcan en espíritu de respeto y comprensión, te suplicamos, oh Señor.
Señor, atiende nuestra súplica.
For those in positions of public trust, that they may serve justice and promote the dignity and freedom of every person, we pray to you, O Lord.
Lord, hear our prayer.
Por tu bendición sobre todo trabajo humano y por el uso debido de las riquezas de la creación, para que el mundo sea librado de la pobreza, el hambre y el desastre, te suplicamos, oh Señor.
Señor, atiende nuestra súplica.
For the poor, the persecuted, the sick, and all who suffer, for refugees, prisoners, and all who are in danger, that they may be relieved and protected, we pray to you, O Lord. Lord, hear our prayer. Por nosotros, por el perdón de nuestros pecados y por la gracia del Espíritu Santo, para enmendar nuestras vidas, te suplicamos, oh Señor.
Señor, atiende nuestra súplica.
For all who have saints, they may have rest in that place where there is no pain or grief, but life eternal. We pray to you, O Lord. Lord, hear our prayer. Rejoicing in the fellowship of the ever-blessed Virgin Mary, Hildegard, and all the saints, let us commend ourselves and one another and all our life to Christ our God. To you, O Lord our God. Lord, have mercy. Christ, have mercy. Lord, have mercy.
The Lord be with you.
And also with you.
Let us pray. O God of unchangeable power and eternal light, look favorably on your whole church, that wonderful and sacred mystery. By the effectual working of your providence, carry out in tranquility the plan of salvation, that the whole world see and know that things which were cast down are being raised up, and things which had grown old are being made new, and that all things are being brought to their perfection by him through whom all things were made, your Son, Jesus Christ our Lord, who lives and reigns with you in the unity of the Holy Spirit, one God, forever and ever.
Amen.
God of all times and seasons, give us grace that we, after the example of your servant Hildegard, may both know and make known the joy and jubilation of being part of your creation, and show forth your glory in all the world. Through Jesus Christ our Savior, who lives and reigns with you and the Holy Spirit, one God, forever and ever.
Amen.
Reading from the prophet Isaiah. The Spirit of the Lord God is upon me, because the Lord has anointed me. He has sent me to bring good news to the oppressed, to bind up the brokenhearted, to proclaim liberty to the captives, and release to the prisoners, to proclaim the year of the Lord's favor and the day of vengeance of our God, to comfort all who mourn, to provide for those who mourn in Zion, to give them a garland instead of ashes, the oil of gladness instead of mourning, the mantle of praise instead of a faint spirit. They will be called oaks of righteousness, the planting of the Lord, to display his glory. They shall build up the ancient ruins. They shall raise up the former devastations. They shall repair the ruined cities, the devastations of many generations. The word of the Lord.
Thanks be to God. denn seine Weide.
Varcarte le sue porte con ine di grazie.
Entrez ainsi per vie avec des cantiques.
A reading from the letter of Paul to the Romans. I consider that the sufferings of this present time are not worth comparing with the glory about to be revealed to us. For the creation waits with eager longing for the revealing of the children of God. For the creation was subjected to futility, not of its own will, but by the will of the one who subjected it, in hope that the creation itself will be set free from its bondage to decay and will obtain the freedom of the glory of the children of God. We know that the whole creation has been groaning in labor pains until now. And not only the creation, but we ourselves, who have the first fruits of the Spirit, groan inwardly while we wait for adoption, the redemption of our bodies. For in hope we were saved. Now hope that is seen is not hope. For who hopes for what is seen? But if we hope for what we do not see, we wait for it with patience. Likewise, the Spirit helps us in our weakness. For we do not know how to pray as we ought, but that very Spirit intercedes with sighs too deep for words. And God, who searches the heart, knows what is the mind of the Spirit, because the Spirit intercedes for the saints according to the will of God. We know that all things work together for good for those who love God, who are called according to his purpose. For those whom he foreknew, he also predestined to be conformed to the image of his Son, in order that he might be the firstborn within a large family. And those whom he predestined, he also called. And those whom he called, he also justified. And those whom he justified, he also glorified. What then are we to say about these things? Come on now. If God is for us, who is against us? He who did not withhold his own Son, but gave him up for all of us, will he not with him also give us everything else? Who will bring any charge against God's elect? It is God who justifies. Who is to condemn? It is Christ Jesus who died, yes, who was raised, who is at the right hand of God, who indeed intercedes for us. Who will separate us from the love of Christ? Will hardship or distress or persecution, or famine, or nakedness, or peril, or sword? As it is written, for your sake we are being killed all day long. We are accounted as sheep to be slaughtered. But no, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him who loved us. For I am convinced that neither death, nor life, nor angels, nor rulers, nor things present, nor things to come, nor powers, nor height, nor depth, nor anything else in all creation will be able to separate us from the love of God in Christ Jesus our Lord. The word of the Lord.
We are going, heaven knows where we are going, but we'll know we're there. We are going, heaven knows where we are going, but we know we're there. We will get there. Heaven knows how we will get there, but we know we will. We are going. Heaven knows where we are going, but we know we're there. We will get there. Heaven knows how we will get there, but we know we will. It will be hard, we know, and the road will be muddy and rough, but we'll get there. Heaven knows how we will get there, but we know we will. It will be hard, we know, and the road will be muddy and rough, but we'll get there. Heaven knows how we will get there, but we know we will. We are going. Heaven knows where we are going, but we know we're there. We will get there. Heaven knows how we will get there, but we know we will. Oh yeah, yeah, 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 oh yeah,
El Santo Evangelio de nuestro Señor Jesucristo según San Lucas. Jesús volvió a Galilea lleno del poder del Espíritu Santo, y se hablaba de él por toda la tierra de alrededor. Enseñaba en la sinagoga de cada lugar, y todos le alababan. Jesús fue a Nazaret, el pueblo donde se había criado. El sábado entró en la sinagoga, como era su costumbre, y se puso de pie para leer las Escrituras. Le dieron a leer el libro del profeta Isaías, y al abrirlo encontró el lugar donde estaba escrito: El Espíritu del Señor está sobre mí, porque me ha consagrado para llevar las buenas noticias a los pobres. Me ha enviado a anunciar libertad a los presos y dar vista a los ciegos, a poner en libertad a los oprimidos, a anunciar el año favorable del Señor. Luego Jesús cerró el libro, lo dio al ayudante de la sinagoga y se sentó. Jesus, filled with the power of the Spirit, returned to Galilee, and report about him spread through all the surrounding country. He began to teach in their synagogues and was praised by everyone. When he came to Nazareth, where he had been brought up, he went to the synagogue on Sabbath day, as was his custom. He stood up to read, and the scroll of the prophet Isaiah was given to him. He unrolled the scroll and found the place where it was written, "The Spirit of the Lord is upon me, because he has anointed me to bring good news to the poor. He has sent me to proclaim the release to the captives and recovery of sight to the blind, to lead the oppressed to go free, to proclaim the year of the Lord's favor." And they rolled up the scroll, went back to the attendant, and sit down. The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Christ.
Loving and gracious God, thank you for the sweet Spirit in this place and for the gift of this day for which we have long been waiting. In your name, Creator, Christ, and Spirit. Amen. Primero, permíteme saludar a todos presentes físicamente y participando online en de habla español. Me alegro que hay traducción simultánea, pero tenía que decir algo en el idioma de los cielos. Gracias. Y dar voz al gozo que todos sentimos hoy. Y lo que sigue es, digamos, una canción de amor y admiración para su nueva obispa. It's an honor beyond words to be one, to give voice to our collective joy, and to speak to you, my dear friend, sister in Christ, soon to be Bishop Diocesan Paula Clark, to Paula's loving family, great circle of friends, the faithful Jesus followers of this wonderful diocese, our presiding bishop and colleague bishops, and to all who have gathered from far and wide to be here. And while we are here, there is another gathering of equal joy about to begin in the Episcopal Diocese of Utah, during which one of Paula's closest friends and colleagues, Phyllis Ann Spiegel, will be consecrated and ordained Bishop Diocesan. And Phyllis told me that she would be watching the service online until the procession begins in Salt Lake. So will you join me in greeting Bishop-elect Spiegel? Woo! Expressing our love and support for her and the faithful in the Diocese of Utah. It is a good day in our church. Good day. One of the great teachers in the art of preaching, the late Fred Craddock, once made the observation that sometimes a preacher speaks to a congregation and at other times for a congregation. And what is on my heart to say is a bit of both, and all of it, I dare say, you already know. Being in the presence of Paula Clark and watching her in action is like taking a master class in Christian leadership. And that was true before all that had transpired in the last 18 months, and it is even more so now. I'm reminded of a man I once knew in Minnesota. His name was Rod, and as we were leaving Minnesota for Washington, Paul and I went to say our goodbyes. Rod was dying, and we all knew that this would be our last conversation on this side of Jordan. And after expressing his delight in my new vocation and all the adventures that were awaiting us, and we told him how much we loved him, he said, "I'm going to live these last days as if everything we say on Sunday morning is true. Now go and live your life in the same way." Paula, you've lived your life, and these 18 months under the huge public lights of this church in the last 18 months especially, as if everything we proclaim as followers of Jesus is true, and not merely in some abstract way, but rather what we can trust. As one of your heroes, Howard Thurman, would say, when our backs are against the wall, you've shown us by your example that Jesus meant what he said when he walked on this earth, that the way of the cross is the way of life. The way of life. You have walked through the valley of the shadow of death. And by God's grace, with the love and support of so many, with your own sweat and tears, you've come out on the other side. And so you know, not merely in your head, but in your bones, that nothing can separate you or any of us from the love of God in Jesus Christ. And knowing that, having made it through that long, lonesome valley, and survived with your joy, your hope, your love of God, neighbor, and self intact, you are fearless. Now, when any of us make it through that valley, the first stunning realization is that we're still here. Right? And we're still the same person we were before we entered, but more so, refined by fire. Now, Paula would be the first to acknowledge that the valley's cost is high, and tragically, we know that not everybody makes it through, and some that do are a shadow of their former selves through no fault of their own. And even for those like you, Paula, who have a resurrection story to tell, the valley of the shadow of death is still death. And like our biblical forebear, Jacob, who forever walked with a limp after his long night of wrestling with that angel, going through the valley marks you. It marks you. It's not an experience you'd wish on anyone you love, nor relish going through it again. Am I right? But Paula, having gone through it, and like Jacob, not letting go until you received the blessing from it, you are stronger, is that the word? Wiser, more grateful, more grounded, attuned. I don't know if there's just one word that can capture the change, because as I said, you're still you, still Paula, but down to your essence, clearer maybe. Or perhaps the psalmist said it best: having walked through the valley of the shadow of death, fear no longer has the same power over you. And certainly not fear of lesser things. Now, to be clear, as long as I've known Paula, she's been fearless. No doubt, because this was not her first journey through the valley. I've never known her to be afraid of discomfort, her own or anyone else's for that matter, because she knows that most things worth pursuing in life, such as spiritual growth, personal maturity, love in action, as Dostoevsky said, as compared to love in dreams, accomplishments that can satisfy and delight us, and certainly the pursuit of justice and social transformation, these things, these good things require, at the very least, that we accept some discomfort. And far more likely, what Dr. King said, what he called redemptive suffering. If you haven't noticed, Paula Clark has a high tolerance for discomfort and suffering, for herself and for those she loves, not for suffering's sake, but in the service of the good, and because she knows that the way of the cross is the way of life. So, should you come to Paula to express your unhappiness or dissatisfaction, God forbid, with something happening in the church, she will listen to you with a keen and compassionate ear. She will be quick to make course corrections if that seems best. She will acknowledge if she has made a mistake. But the fact that you are unhappy or uncomfortable will not necessarily invoke the response you're hoping for. Because she knows that the cross is the way of life, and our discomfort is part of the journey. Now, of course, you know Paula. You will find no greater champion against the outrage of injustice, the frustrations of bureaucracy, and she will commiserate with you about the petty immaturity and casual meanness of others. But even then, should you feel yourself sinking down into that sweet role of victim, she may not come to your rescue. Because she cannot spare you the cost of the cross that is yours to take up, any more than those who love her can spare her the cost of taking up hers. In the years that we've been in ministry together, I have been in awe of Paula's ability not to rush in to try and fix things for other people. Now, she was always present, empathetic, the first to roll up her sleeves and help, but without the kind of anxious energy of a leader who is, as the Apostle Paul describes, tossed to and fro by every wind. It's not Paula, which is one reason every person on our staff whom Paula supervised will tell you she was the best boss they ever had. Another quality in Paula that has been distilled and refined by illness, the long road of recovery and grief, is her awareness of the relatively short amount of time any of us has on this planet. And that awareness has the effect of clarifying priorities. Paula comes into her episcopate well aware that you in the Diocese of Chicago have important work to do and that you don't have all the time in the world. Now, as she wrote in the beautiful letter that graces the front of our bulletins, Paula's planning on a long episcopate. But even the longest episcopates aren't that long. And every bishop and priest and deacon and lay leader is tempted, long or short, by the understandable compulsion to spend inordinate amounts of time on work that may well be important, but ultimately not fruitful. Every leader knows that the worst decisions to make, the hardest decisions, aren't between good and bad, but between good, and discerning which good to focus on. And we can go just in circles, chasing good after good after good, and this temptation, I believe, is the evil one's most successful strategy in keeping the Episcopal Church small, and therefore less effective and impactful than we could be, which is such a shame. I dare say it's a sin. And Paula has also been a lifelong student of leadership, watching leaders around her, learning from their example and their mistakes. So she comes into her episcopate seasoned and wise. All of which to say that what the Spirit is about to do in and through the laying on of hands on your head, Paula, is to bring to even greater fruit and fruition what has been true of your leadership for some time. And this combination, this amazing combination of leadership capacity and awareness of time, is so important in this moment in our church's life. Because like all of us who are residents on this planet, for those of us who love the Episcopal Church, and despite our church's many historic and present-day sins, have found a way of following Jesus here that has saved us. We who long for our faith communities to thrive and to be compelling places of Christian life and practice, not only for ourselves, but for our children and our grandchildren, well, suffice to say that we need to be about the work of adaptive change, and time is of the essence. And to complicate this process, this necessary process of transformation, we are a church, and you know this, we are a church blessed with a disproportionate number of people who are visionaries and prophets. We are. We are. And it's wonderful and inspiring. The shadow side of all our passion is an inaccurate assessment of our capacity to accomplish the visions God has given us. And because we long, all of us, we long to realize the inspiring vision, prophetic witness that God has given us. We want to be the church of our dreams. We have a tendency to overcommit ourselves. We jump from one compelling cause to another. We set goals that we can't accomplish. And then if we're not careful, and I've seen this in church after church, we can fall into patterns of cynicism and despair that any lasting change is possible in a system as flawed as our church. So what we desperately need, in addition to the prophets and visionaries who are essential, are capacity builders. Those invested in that slow, behind-the-scenes, far-from glamorous work of faith formation, discipleship, leadership development, community revitalization, and the sound stewardship of precious resources. Oh, and blessed are you, Diocese of Chicago, because in Paula Clark, you have a visionary and a capacity builder. She always has been. She always has been. She has a keen sense of priority, which means she may often say no to things more often than you would like, not because they aren't important, but because in her estimation, or of the collectively discerned understanding of the diocese, the most important things for her to focus on and her energies on at that time is not what you're asking for. But when she says yes, watch out, world. For her yes is robust and passionate and clear and focused, and she will stay on course toward the realization of that church with the capacity to fulfill the vision of God that has been placed in your hearts, holding everyone around her accountable to the highest gospel standards as she holds herself. Now, rest assured, Paula will also love and support you in ways that bring out your best, because she's not afraid to try things and fail in the service of those most important goals and to learn from failure. She's also quick to forgive and encourage those of us around her when we fail. You can trust me on this one. I have failed spectacularly in Paula's orbit, and she was always the first in line to help me get back up, learn what I needed to learn, and move on. Now, one final thing that I'd like to say about you, Paula, and again, I realize this is obvious, but it's important to note here given how long it has been since your election and all that you have gone through to get here. And that is that you are called to this. You are called by God to this work in this diocese. Now, in full disclosure, I did everything in my power to persuade Paula that remaining canon to the ordinary in the Diocese of Washington would be way more fun than being bishop anywhere. Futile and selfish, I know, but surely you can understand we didn't want to lose her. But as the process unfolded here, the call was so clear, both inwardly and from what you as a diocese felt were articulating as essential qualities that you were looking for. But then when Paula got sick and faced such a long road of recovery ahead of her, some of us, I confess, we wanted her to know that she didn't have to do this, that she could step gracefully away and everyone would understand. But no. Oh, no. And then, when her husband Andrew's cancer came to light, and he died. I mean, really, how much can one heart hold? But Paula never once wavered. Not once. Now, Paula knows how to let go when that's what's best, but she never let go of you, Diocese of Chicago, and never let go of the call that God placed on her heart and yours. And there are, yes, but there are two sides to this call, and I think collective thanks and admiration for the leaders of the Diocese of Chicago is due. Your faithfulness, your sacrifice, your clarity that Paula was in fact going to be consecrated was an inspiration to us. And I want to thank to our colleagues from neighboring dioceses who were so quick to step in and offer help, to the presiding bishop and members of your team, and a special word of thanks for Bishop Chilton Knudsen. We didn't want to lose you either. But you were also clear that this was God's call, a chance to serve your home diocese at an important time and in support of Paula, whose leadership qualities you had long championed and supported. Now, bringing this home, friends, you hold in your hands a bulletin, a worship bulletin, that alongside the gifted liturgists and musicians leading us, Paula has crafted from beginning to end. Every prayer, each scripture passage, the musical selections reveal something of her heart, the intimacy of her prayer life, her commitment to Jesus, his way of love and justice. So keep this bulletin close. Put it near the place where you go to pray, not only as a memento of this day, but as a source of inspiration and solace for you. Because through its pages, there's another spiritual quality that Paula brings to everything she does that is true of this diocese. I've been watching you from afar. And it will surely be an abiding feature of your years in ministry together, and that quality is joy. You know, Paula and I would sometimes touch base after our respective Sunday visitations at congregations across the Diocese of Washington, and we reflect on what we called the joy quotient. How high was the sense of joy among the people in worship and in conversation? It became a diagnostic for us in working with clergy and congregations, for the relative presence or absence of joy tells you so much more about what's possible in some place, way more than the size of the budget or the sophistication of programming. And it's a telling diagnostic for all of us in our Christian life and witness. And so my last word to you is both an exhortation and a prayer. As the prayer book says, shield your joy. Shield your joy. Protect it, cherish it, nurture it in one another, make space for it where it is lacking. And we all lose it, right? It's a gift. We can lose it. Where it's lacking, pray for the gift to be restored, so that it continues to be or become once again the defining characteristic of your ministry, because without it, the church is a dreary place. Life itself becomes one obligation after another, and Jesus came. He lived, he died, and he rose from the dead so that our joy may be complete. Spirit of the Lord is upon you, Paula Clark. Spirit of the Lord is upon you, Diocese of Chicago. Live as if everything we're saying in this service is true, because it is. Nothing can separate you from the love of God revealed to us in Jesus. The one who has called you is faithful, and praise God, so are you. Amen.
My sister, the people have chosen you and have affirmed their trust in you by acclaiming your election. A bishop in God's holy church is called to be one with the apostles in proclaiming Christ's resurrection and interpreting the gospel, and to testify to Christ's sovereignty as Lord of lords and King of kings. You are called to guard the faith, unity, and discipline of the church, to celebrate and to provide for the administration of the sacraments of the new covenant, to ordain priests and deacons, and to join in ordaining bishops, and to be in all things a faithful pastor and wholesome example for the entire flock of Christ. With your fellow bishops, you will share in the leadership of the church throughout the world. Your heritage is the faith of patriarchs, prophets, apostles, and martyrs, and those of every generation who have looked to God in hope. Your joy will be to follow him who came not to be served, but to serve, and to give his life a ransom for many. My sister, are you persuaded that God has called you to the office of bishop?
I'm so persuaded.
Will you accept this call and fulfill this trust in obedience to God?
I will obey Christ and will serve in his name.
Will you be faithful in prayer and in the study of the Holy Scripture, that you may have the mind of Christ?
I will, for he is my help.
Will you boldly proclaim and interpret the gospel of Christ, enlightening the minds and stirring up the conscience of your people?
I will, in the power of the Spirit.
As a chief priest and pastor, will you encourage and support all baptized people in their gifts and ministries, nourish them from the riches of God's grace, pray for them without ceasing, and celebrate with them the sacraments of our redemption?
I will, in the name of Christ, the shepherd and bishop of our souls.
Will you guard the faith, unity, and discipline of the church?
I will, for the love of God.
Will you share with your fellow bishops in the government of the whole church? Will you sustain your fellow presbyters and take counsel with them? Will you guide and strengthen the deacons and all others who minister in the church?
I will, by the grace given me.
Will you be merciful to all, show compassion to the poor and strangers, and defend those who have no helper?
I will, for the sake of Christ Jesus.
Paula, through these promises you have committed yourself to God to serve his church in the office of bishop. We therefore call upon you, chosen to be a guardian of the church's faith, to now lead us in confessing that faith.
We believe in one God.
We believe in one God, the Father, the Almighty, maker of heaven and earth, of all that is seen and unseen. We believe in one Lord Jesus Christ, the only Son of God, eternally begotten of the Father, God from God, light from light, true God from true God, begotten, not made, of one being with the Father. Through him all things were made. For us and for our salvation, he came down from heaven. By the power of the Holy Spirit, he became incarnate from the Virgin Mary and was made man. For our sake he was crucified under Pontius Pilate. He suffered death and was buried. On the third day he rose again. In accordance with the Scriptures, he ascended into heaven and is seated at the right hand of the Father. He will come again in glory to judge the living and the dead, and his kingdom will have no end. We believe in the Holy Spirit, the Lord, the giver of life, who proceeds from the Father and the Son. With the Father and the Son, he is worshiped and glorified. He has spoken through the prophets. We believe in one holy Catholic and Apostolic Church. We acknowledge one baptism for the forgiveness of sins. We look for the resurrection of the dead and the life of the world to come. Amen.
Come, Holy Spirit, from heaven shine forth with your glorious light. Veni, Sancte Spiritus.
Bene Spiritus Sancto, llena los corazones de tus fieles y enciende, Dios, el fuego de tu amor. Veni, Sancte Spiritus.
Come from the four winds, O Spirit, come, breath of God, disperse the shadows over us, renew and strengthen your people. Vane Sancte Spiritus. Vane Sancte Spiritus. Vane Sancte Spiritus. Veni Sancte Spiritus. Veni Sancte Spiritus.
God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, Father of mercies and God of all comfort, dwelling on high but having regard for the lowly, knowing all things before they come to pass. We give you thanks that from the beginning you have gathered and prepared a people to be heirs of the covenant of Abraham, and have raised up prophets, kings, and priests, never leaving your temple untended. We praise you also that from the creation you have graciously accepted the ministry of those whom you have chosen. Therefore, Father, make Paula a bishop in your church. Pour out upon her the power of your princely Spirit, whom you bestow upon your beloved Son, Jesus Christ, with whom he endowed the apostles, and by whom your church is built up in every place to the glory and unceasing praise of your name. To you, O Father, all hearts are open. We pray that the heart of this your servant, whom you have chosen, will be filled to be a bishop in your church, with such love of you and of all the people, that she may feed and tend the flock of Christ, and exercise without reproach the high priesthood to which you have called her, serving before you day and night in the ministry of reconciliation, daily pardoning in your name, offering the holy gifts, and wisely overseeing the life and work of the church. In all things may she present before you the acceptable offering of a pure and gentle and holy life, through Jesus Christ your Son, to whom with you and the Holy Spirit be honor and power and glory in the church, now and forever. Amen. You can stand up, Bishop. You got it? You good?
I'm good.
All right, Bishop.
All right, that's there.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. You good? You okay? You're fine. It's gone. What happened? They haven't even dressed her yet. Oh, God. Sweet Jesus. Yes. Dear Lord. Thank you, Jesus. He got to see this. He got to see this. Lord Jesus. He did it. Thank you, Jesus. Mm. Mm.
Paula, I give into your hands this pastoral staff on behalf of the people and clergy of the Diocese of Chicago. May Christ, the Good Shepherd, uphold you and sustain you as you carry it in his name.
Amen.
Now, Bishop. Bishop, receive the Holy Scriptures. Feed the flock of Christ committed to your charge. Guard and defend them in his truth, and be a faithful steward of God's holy word and sacraments.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right, hold on. I want y'all to hold the spirit. Be Episcopalian 1 second. Come on, family, come on. Come on, family. Oh, yeah. Just hold your breath. You've been good at waiting. All right? Come on. Come on, everybody. There, come on.
Come on in.
Let's get everybody in here. Plenty good room for all God's children. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
Plenty good room.
Plenty good room. Episcopal Church Online, Diocese of Chicago. Now greet the Bishop of Chicago.
The peace of the Lord be always with you.
And also with you.
Let's give this over. Thank you.
Peace, guard.
So I'll just take it.
Friends, I know you're celebrating. We just ask that you be seated. There's still more worship to continue. Thank you.
Get to your house soon. Huh? Oh, let's work on the mic. We're there? Okay, great. So everyone, I appreciate your presence here and online. So thank you, thank you, thank you for all your support. Marianne was right. You are the most patient people I know.
Yes.
And more than that, you've given me more faith than one could ask or imagine. So thank you for your visible presence through thick and thin, through everything. I love you all.
Yeah.
And I can't thank everyone because I'll inevitably miss someone. But I want to say how grateful I am for your presence, for your love, for your you've always been a people who have had a faith that would move mountains, and together we're going to move some mountains. So God bless you, and again, I am eternally grateful for all you've done. I'm incredibly grateful for everything that has transpired. Look at this place, y'all. I mean, it's church up
It's
here.
church.
Whether we thought so or not, it's church. And we are so grateful for all of you and for all of the hard work of many people. And now, so we can go forward in this service, let me introduce the Reverend Greg Milliken, who has served as our liturgist. That's a hard thing, y'all, because you know I'm one, right? But he's been with me. Also, I have to thank Sue Von Rottenkrantz as well, because she's put up with all my stuff. So thank you, Sue. But we have right now our beloved Greg Milliken, who will give you a few tips.
Thank you. Thank you, Bishop Paula. I just want to give you a quick word about communion. There are going to be 6 stations in the congregation for you, and we take all the guessing work out of it. You have a wonderful team of ushers who will guide you to the proper place to receive communion. We are not distributing wine at this service under COVID protocols. We are distributing wafers that are gluten-rich and gluten-free too. You have no shame in just whispering which one you prefer. I also want to add a quick announcement to just say at the end of this service, the bishops will be processing out, and we ask that the house stay put. I know you're going to want to follow them, but just watch the guidance of your ushers too as they process out. Thank you, and I believe I now turn it to Presiding Bishop Curry.
Yes.
Sure. Already. Thank you. Thank you.
Let me first say
Yeah.
how grateful I am to you, Presiding Bishop Michael Curry. You are awesome. Oh, your staff is awesome.
Oh, okay.
So here in the Diocese of Chicago, we welcome you back to us and say we love you and thank you so much for everything.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Just thank you. You have, Bishop Marianne spoke about the joy meter. I think we just broke the joy meter here. I think we just broke it. Love that. I want to, on behalf of the entire Episcopal Church, wherever Episcopalians are found, just to let you know, I'm sure you know already, there have been people praying, not only for Paula and her family, but for you, the good people, clergy and people of this diocese. We have been praying for y'all and praying for y'all and praying for y'all. And there is rejoicing all over the church today because of you. And there's rejoicing because what is probably happening even as we speak in Utah. This is a double deal, a double dipper. Today, 2 new bishops for this church. And we thank God for that. Also, in a few moments, there will be that opportunity, and we call it on the joy meter. It's called the Offertory. Somebody say, praise the Lord.
Praise the Lord.
Yes, it's a joyful moment. And at the Offertory, the donations today will go to support the ministry of this diocese, to bear witness to Jesus in this place and in this community. Amen. We ask your generosity. And I know I looked in my own wallet, Bishop.
Okay, thank you.
And I saw a $10, I mean, what I say is a $10 in there, actually. But anyway, there was a $1 in there, and that has the picture of George Washington. He was an Anglican, an Episcopalian, so he's been to Episcopal churches before. Now, on this one, the 20 is Alexander Hamilton, am I right?
Jackson.
Oh, Lord have mercy, we got to change that. We want Harriet Tubman on this one.
Right.
But until she gets there, it might be nice for Andrew Jackson to go to church, because Lord knows he needed to get in somebody's church. We invite your generosity as much as you can to support the good work of this diocese and this bishop. God love you. God bless you. And Paula, thank God for you.
God bless you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Oh.
I think she.
Sorry. I'm so overcome, I forgot. Walk in love as Christ loved you and gave himself an offering and sacrifice to God. Yeah. Y'all need it. Amen. We celebrate this glorious Eucharist in thanksgiving for God's many blessings. Blessings on us personally and on this entire diocese and on our entire church. Amen. The Lord be with you.
And also with you.
Lift up your hearts.
You lift them to the Lord.
Let us give thanks to the Lord our God. Dios de todo poder, tus soberanos del universo, tú eres digno de gloria y alabanza. At your command, all things came to be, the vast expanse of interstellar space, galaxies, suns, the planets in their courses, and this fragile earth, our island home. De los elementos primarios formaste la raza humana y nos bendijo para que seamos tus testigos vivos en el mundo. Nos hiciste soberanos de la creación, mas nos volvimos contra ti, traicionando tu confianza y también nos volvimos unos contra otros. Again and again, you called us to return. Through prophets and sages, you revealed your righteous law. And in the fullness of time, you sent your Son, born of a woman, to fulfill your law, to open for us the way of freedom and peace.
By his blood you reconciled us. By his wounds we are healed.
Por tanto te alabamos, uniéndonos a los coros celestiales con los profetas, apóstoles y mártires, y con aquellos de todas las generaciones que te han buscado con esperanza para proclamar con ellos el incesante himno de tu gloria. And so, Father, we who've been redeemed by him and made a new people by water and the Spirit, now bring before you these gifts. Sanctify them by your Holy Spirit to be the body and blood of Jesus Christ our Lord. En la noche en que fue traicionado, toma pan, dijo la bendición, partió el pan y lo dio a sus amigos y dijo, tomen y coman. Este es mi cuerpo entregado por ustedes. Hagan esto como memorial mío. After supper, he took the cup of wine, gave thanks, and said, "Drink this, all of you. This is my blood of the new covenant, which is shed for you and for many, for the forgiveness of sins. Whenever you drink it, do this for the remembrance of me." Recordando ahora su obra de redención y ofreciéndote este sacrificio de acción de gracias. Lord God of our forebears, God of Abraham and Sarah, Isaac and Rebekah, Jacob, Leah and Rachel, Hagar, Constance, and Andrew, God and Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, open our eyes to see your hand at the work in the world about us. Deliver us from the presumption of coming to this table for solace only and not for strength, for pardon only and not for renewal. Let the grace of this Holy Communion make us one body, one spirit in Christ, that we may worthily serve the world in his name. Padre, acepta estas plegarias y alabanzas por Jesucristo, nuestro gran sumo sacerdote, a quien contigo y el Espíritu Santo, tu iglesia, rinde honor, gloria y adoración de generación en generación. Amén. I was scared of that. And now, as our sacred Christ has taught us, we are both to say,
Lord.
you. Thank you. Los dones de Dios para el pueblo de Dios. Okay. Thank you.
Bright
Sorry.
Let us pray. Almighty Father, we thank you for feeding us with the holy food of the body and blood of your Son, and for uniting us through him in the fellowship of your Holy Spirit. We thank you for raising up among us faithful servants for the ministry of your word and sacraments. We pray that Paula may be to us an effective example in word and action, in love and patience, and in holiness of life. Grant that we, with her, may serve you now and always rejoice in your glory. Through Jesus Christ, your Son, our Lord, who lives and reigns with you in the Holy Spirit, one God, now and forever. Amen.
Our help is in the name of the Lord. Bendito sea el nombre del Señor. The blessing, mercy, and grace of God Almighty, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit be upon you and remain with you forever. Amen. Yeah, but I'll take it.
The dismissal, la despedida, is going to be in English and Spanish. You can respond in the language that you prefer. La despedida va a ser en inglés o en español y pueden responder en la lengua que prefieran. Salgamos en gozo al mundo en el poder del Espíritu. Let's go forth into the world, rejoicing in the power of the Holy Spirit. We have a bishop. Yay!